Welcome back to Illustrate Away. I am Miss Linnea Lark, and today is our 18th episode, and it's Stranger Things. I just want to remind you of our drawing rules. We have 4. Number 1, draw with your eyes and not with your brain. It's always best when you're learning to look at something and try to copy it. What it actually does is it trains your eyes to see proportions. Number 2, draw the shapes before you draw the details. This is the big, large, basic shapes of the entire image. By drawing the shapes, you can construct a proportionate drawing before you get bogged down by all the details. Number 3, erase to fix and not to restart. A lot of beginners try to erase every little mistake and then they end up getting nowhere because everywhere they went, they erased. So make sure you're not falling into that pit. Number 4 is to remember that failure leads to growth. So today when you're done drawing, even if things aren't perfect, even if you have mistakes, just the fact that you're noticing those mistakes and taking heed to them means that you're going to be better and grow next time. So keep it up. Alright, so today I want to tell you guys a story about my childhood when I was in high school. Since we're doing Stranger Things, I thought it would be good to get kind of nostalgic. So when I was in high school, I was living in Carthage, Tennessee, in a little town in the middle of Tennessee. And there wasn't a mall, there wasn't a movie theater, there was just creeks and dirt and water and stuff like that. And I made some really dear friends, and one of which was Sammy Kay. And Samantha was always the life of the party. She was like the biggest personality, full of the most joy and the most sass and the most fun. Unfortunately, Sam died a few years ago of cancer, and I miss her dearly. But I thought I'd tell a story about Sammy Kay. It was the first time I was allowed to spend the night at anybody's house in Tennessee. My family and I had just moved there, and over the following year, I got to know some girls, and Sammy invited me over for a sleepover, and I brought my older sister with me. And we're city girls, and she lives in a little town called Defeated, and like it's so backwoods and like farmland and just adventure and excitement, and it was something that I had never experienced before, being a city girl. And so I remember the first night I'm at her house, and it was me and my sister and 2 other girls and Sammy Kay, and we're just having so much fun. But for whatever reason, her parents weren't there that night. But her younger brother, he was probably a year or 2 younger than us, he was there. His name is Dustin. And I just remember we were like playing around, doing whatever, and Dustin was trying to like be around, but not really be around. And he just kept getting in the middle of whatever we were doing. And at one point, I remember walking by his bedroom, and he's just in his bedroom, like polishing his gun. And like, we weren't allowed to have guns or be around guns. You know, I was just like 14 at this point. And like me and my sister were both like, dude, if mom and dad ever find out there's a gun here, we're never going to be allowed back. Of course, my sister told them, and we didn't go back for a year. But anyway, on that night, Dustin's there. We're kind of getting into like little tiffs with him, and at some point all of us girls are outside in the front yard. We had been in the barn and like jumping around in the barn loft, and we ended up outside, and it started to rain, and my sister had an umbrella, and for whatever reason Dustin tried to, I don't know, come and join us, but was kind of like hitting us, or like, I don't know, he was just doing young boy junior high things. And at one point he like came at me like he was gonna push me. Dude, you want to see a sister get upset? You push a younger sister, dude, that older sister is going to take care of business. My sister is not a violent person, but I remember he like came at me, and my sister went berserk. She like took the umbrella in her hand, and she like attacked Dustin, and he was so offended. I just remember it being pitch black outside, the stars are shining, and we're all screaming, and Dustin's yelling at us, and he's like, "That's it, I'm getting the gun." And so he like runs inside to get the gun, and me and my sister are like, oh my goodness, we already saw that gun. It's legit. It's real. And his sister, who knows him very well and loves him dearly, is like, run! And so we are running for our lives. We hear him like tear into the 4-wheeler. He's coming after us in the middle of the night in the grass and the weeds in his four-wheeler. We think he has a gun. I don't know if he actually had a gun because we ran across the street where Sammy's grandparents lived, and we ended up staying there for a few hours until the parents got home, and her sweet little grandma made us I don't know, they're like flapjacks made of potatoes. I don't know, some kind of southern something. It was delicious. Anyway, that was the time Dustin was going for the gun. So yeah, there you have it. There's a nice nostalgic, some little nostalgia for you in my Tennessee heritage. I hope you guys enjoyed this Illustrate Away. I just want to announce right here and right now that next week, the week of September 7th, we're going to be doing a Marvel week. So if you want to play along with the weekly theme, feel free to draw something of Marvel every day next week. If you do a good job and you take a picture and you post it on Facebook on the Illustrate Away page, then I might just use it in my next video. All right, you guys have fun. Happy day. That's it. I'm getting the gun.